Hello again everyone, Gigahertz, and this is going to be a video of a few scenarios where I was using a mouse to hit my spells and abilities and the keyboard to move. That was just to show you what kind of a disadvantage it can be in certain circumstances, and how in other circumstances it might not be so bad, but it still might hurt you in the long run depending on how much stuff there happens to be on the ground, or other effects and abilities that the boss is throwing at you. So, without further ado, here is a few scenarios. Alright guys, for this first one, it's a PvE environment. I'm rolling as an arcane mage. All of my abilities are put on one bar because I don't want to have to travel very far with the mouse, and that's why I didn't open up other action bars. You'll notice that there's a ton of ground effects and things. I just got hit by some stuff. It's tough. It's really tough to play and move and click and watch your feet. And you'll actually hear me like, rah! Here it comes. Like I was getting like really annoyed. Okay, second environment. This is PvP. And here I am, I'm going to fight against two druids and a frost mage. I do end up sort of coming out on top, but all in all, it's pretty bad. Like keyboard moving, and I kind of lose track of that mage, and normally I'd be able to keep free looking with my mouse. But sort of lose him, and I kind of am not really paying attention to my pet. You'll notice a few times I try to actually do a freeze, and he's not in the right spot, and I just like, no F's given, like, I'm gonna keep going, like, there it is, like, oops, that's just stupid. So yeah, and then I go off on this mage, and barely win. I probably shouldn't have spoiled it, but I just did. So, I'll let you watch me barely win against this mage, because it was epic. Stupid ice block. Mage is just so sissy. So yeah, I won, and then I died, which was sad, because I didn't have other abilities that I would have normally used. This is stupid. This is just an example of, like, trying to do multiple things at once. Get stuck again, and silly. This last one is going to be just an example of what it's like to use siege weapons if you don't actually use your keyboard for hotkeys. It's been removed, so I actually have to use the mouse to click back and forth, which was actually really aggravating, and it took a really long time to start being able to do this and actually hit the gate every time. And obviously I am losing out on DPS because you can see the thing getting ready to go again. I'm just kind of like shooting airs and stuff like that. However, at the very tail end, I do land like 3 or 4 good shots, even some that are kind of like blind shots, which is sort of neat. And then I'm like, yeah, what? Oh, yes! Oh, another blind shot! One more blind shot! Sucker! So those are just a few of the instances where using your keyboard only to move and using your mouse for every single one of your actions is probably a little self-limiting. So with that being said, I am now thoroughly ready to go back to using some form of an action bar. So I'm going to start out with just the top 12, and even though that's not the keybind set that I would normally use, it's going to be what we're going to use for now because it's what most people start with. And like I've said before a couple of times now, the goal is for me to do kind of the same things that a new player would do in order to see what the next step would be and try to remember what I did next in order to become a better gamer. So for now, we're just going to be setting up an action bar here, and I will probably, actually I'll do it right now, I would recommend going to your action bars right here and putting up something simple like a bottom right bar and then the right two bars. That way you can put things like, your mount far away, or perhaps something like, conjure some refreshments, or, I don't know. It's kind of stuff like that. Things that you wouldn't necessarily use all the time over there, like maybe invisibility. You don't want to necessarily use that down here because you're not going to use it all the time. And you don't want to accidentally click it and go invisible when you're just wandering around picking flowers, or whatever. Like time warp, you would not want to hit that unless you actually need to hit it. Okay, so this isn't where they're going to go. You'll see them later, but that's sort of the idea. Put cooldowns over here, abilities that you need right here, and mounts and hearthstones and other stupid things over here. And that's it. Bye guys, and thanks for watching.